You can't guess what's coming down the line. You just have to pay attention to what's presently in front of you. Gary and Billy Bob were venomously screaming at each other, standing so close their noses were touching. Spit flew out of each other's mouths simultaneously, almost landing on each other. Jason was getting images of baseball managers arguing with umpires. They could be society's umpires, calling balls and strikes to make sure nobody was called out who didn't deserve it. Jason flashed back to Billy Bob, the Mossad, and what started the Jerusalem adventure. It was sprinkling rain as they immersed themselves in Billy Bob's suburban Disneyland. The sky's ominous darkness reflected Jason's shock of seeing somebody he never thought he'd see again. Jason knew not to get involved in family disputes if he wanted to leave with all his teeth. He kicked his shoes off and started making fists with his extra white feet in the plush brown and tan carpet. The screaming was growing more heated, so he went outside to get some fresh air. The Alabama sky was black with storm clouds that were metaphorically and physically forming in front of them. As sunny skies began to poke through, a beautiful rainbow shined bright as the morning sun right in front of Jason. What a sign, he thought. When things looked like they couldn't get any darker, he let go. The rainbow was a symbol that things would always get brighter, but only if he allowed it first. Fully rejuvenated, Jason returned inside the oak door that featured a Make America Great Again sign. Ripping it off and tearing it to shreds was his first thought, but instead he walked in, making sure he'd do the ripping at a later date. The more pressing issue was pointing out to two alpha males that beauty was on the horizon. They just had to recognize it. Are you ladies done catfighting yet? I want to eat some crawfish before you two start flinging beer bottles at each other. Follow me outside real quick. I want to show you something, Jason erupted. The inability to compromise was one of the many reasons the country was in dire straits. To break that cycle, he needed to provide a metaphor to Gary and Billy Bob to help put things into perspective. What is it? Tell me, Gary questioned. Why did he let Jason in his car back in California? Did his girlfriend get taken? Was he trying to convince that the woman he brought to the hospital was actually his girlfriend? Was he simply administering his well-worn sabotage? That could be why Jason and he got along right off the bat. They both knew what it's like to tear themselves down. Just come outside and see for yourself. Jason led Gary and Billy Bob onto the front lawn and pointed at the sky. You see that, you assholes? No matter how dark it gets, no matter how much bullshit you fling at each other, there's always beauty in the world. No matter how much you try to stop collective progress forward. We just have to open our fucking blinded eyes and look. Fuck. Billy Bob never witnessed Jason with such fury. Was this the passion they needed to finally upend the paradigm that kept them all down? Wow, that's an amazing rainbow, man. So bright and vibrant, Billy Bob admitted. Yeah, woo-hoo, a beautiful rainbow. Are you sure that isn't the international bat symbol that the gays are taking over, Gary spewed? Because spewing was what he knew best. He was pissed at the connection that Jason and his uncle had, which pulled his uncle away from the same old thinking. What the hell is your problem, man? Billy Bob continued to get into the face of his nephew, ready to throw down on the front lawn. Residents on the block started peeking out of their windows, since the volume of the conversation rose exponentially. Jason thought he should use some of the conflict resolution Christina taught him. Look, I brought you outside because I wanted to show you beauty comes in all forms, and usually in the way we least expect. I came here to rescue my Christina and stop these goddamn entities from doing whatever they're planning. If they want to poison a pipeline, then we'll stop them. If they want to put another friendly in the White House to take the country backwards, then we'll stop them. Brought you out here to look at this rainbow. It's something random that only appears for a short time. If we're lucky enough to see it, we can permanently enter it into our memory banks. We can use it to focus our energy toward the places it needs to go. So God damn it, for the last time, look at the rainbow, see how beautiful it is. Realize there are things much more important in life than screaming at somebody who's always been there for you. Let's go back inside and see what we can do about the goddamn government.